The Dutch foundation, the Ocean Cleanup, just completed what it calls the first ever reconnaissance flight over the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, a polluted area roughly halfway between Hawaii and California. The garbage patch is a source of debate, with some claiming it's an island of waste and others saying it's just soupy plastic.
And now what we're finding is that the truth is sort of somewhere in the middle. So there's a lot of large stuff. Actually, those small pieces that people were measuring, that's just 1 or 2% of the plastic. Actually, most of it is still big stuff. It is millions of tons. It is spread out over a large area, because all that big stuff will become those small, dangerous microplastics that then end up in the food chain and also ends up with us humans. And that will happen over the next few decades if we don't clean it up.
The man behind the Ocean Cleanup is 22-year-old Dutch inventor Boyan Slat. He actually became a virtual sensation through a TED Talk, a nonprofit that spreads ideas through short, powerful talks.
The oceanic currents moving around is not an obstacle. It's a solution. Why move through the oceans if the oceans can move through you?
Say hello to the Ocean Cleanup's prototype.
In what began as a high school science project, Slat has developed a prototype for a non-permeable screen that acts like an artificial coastline to accumulate waste. He says currents would pass under the floating 1.5-meter barrier so that sea life and plankton would not get caught. Slat calculates that using ordinary boats and nets to clean up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, it would take 79,000 years. But he says using his system combined with natural currents, they could clean up half the patch in just 10 years.
It's the way that people looked at self-driving cars or this private space industry. At the first glance, folk will laugh at this and say it can't be done, but he's clearly built a lot of momentum in what he's doing. I'm not going to sit here and pick winners right now, but I think the more thought leadership we have over here and the more audacious thinking, we may just find a solution to what we do with those plastic in the ocean, which is causing real harm.
When I started this, nobody was working on this. There was nobody caring about the plastic that's still in the ocean. But I thought it was important to at least try. I guess it's a dirty job, but somebody has to do it.
Slat's raised around $11 million and regularly visits Silicon Valley to attend conferences like this one, Dreamforce, in hopes of gaining more support. Next year, he plans to take the major step of deploying his first real system of about 2 kilometers into the Pacific Ocean. Mark News, CCTV, San Francisco.